Renny Harlin, born Lauri Mauritz Harjola, the 15th of March 1959, is a Finnish film director, producer and screenwriter. His films include A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, The Long Kiss Goodnight, Deep Blue Sea and Driven. Harlin's movies have earned $525,410,873 in the United States and $1,160,546,146 in the worldwide aggregate box office as of October 2016, making him the 115th highest-grossing director in the global film market. His film Cutthroat Island held the Guinness World Record for biggest box office flop of all time. Life and career. Early life and work. Harlin was born in Riihimäki, Finland, to a nurse and a physician. Harlin started his career in the film business in the beginning of 1980s, directing commercials and company films for companies like Shell. Later, he worked as a buyer for a Finnish film distributor and met Finnish Markus Selin in Los Angeles in 1982. They became friends and started writing a screenplay called Arctic Heat, which later evolved into Born American, with Mike Norris in the leading role. They secured financing from the USA, and in 1986 Born American became the most expensive Finnish film ever opened in the USA in over 1,000 theaters and reached number 9. Harlin moved to Los Angeles and got a job from Erwin Yablans, who offered him a script of Prison to Film. The film was made with a low budget and distributed with only 42 copies. In the same year, 1988, he got a job from New Line Cinema to direct A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, 1988. After meeting producer Robert Shea, who at the first didn't want Harlin to direct the film, it became the highest-grossing film in the series until the 2003 release of Freddy vs. Jason, and its budget was 7 times greater than the original A Nightmare on Elm Street. Breakthrough in the 1990s. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane and Die Hard 2 were edited simultaneously and released a week apart. In 1990, the former flopped, but the latter was a commercial success. Harlin achieved critical acclaim the following year when he produced Rambling Rose through his own Midnight Sun Pictures for director Martha Coolidge. The film won Best Feature at the 1992 Independent Spirit Awards and earned its star and Harlin's then-partner Laura Dern a Best Actress Oscar nomination at the 1992 Academy Awards. 1993's Cliffhanger had him work for the first time with Sylvester Stallone. Harlin's career suffered a blow with the pirate adventure film Cutthroat Island in 1995. Cutthroat Island was followed by Long Kiss Goodnight in 1996 and Deep Blue Sea in 1998. 2000s. Harlin wanted to direct a movie based on Formula One, but unable to secure the rights, he instead produced the film Driven in 2001, based on the American Champ Car series. Harlin took over directing the action mystery film Mindhunters when the original director Peter Howard dropped out, but the release was delayed by studio conflicts. Harlin went on to reshoot a more traditional horror version of Exorcist: The Beginning when the studio was unhappy with the psychological drama cut by director Paul Schrader, due to the delays with Mindhunters. Both films ended up being released in 2004 and both were moderate successes. Harlin directed the WWE Studios action movie 12 Rounds, starring John Cena. It was released in March 2009. In 2009, Harlin directed an independent war film in Georgia. The film, 5 Days of War, was a story about the 2008 war between Georgia and Russia in the region of South Ossetia. In the film, President of Georgia Mikhail Saakashvili was played by Cuban-American actor Andy Garcia. 2010s and moved to China. In April 2012, it was announced that Harlin would direct Devil's Past, set in Russia's Ural Mountains. The fact-based film dealt with the Dyatlov Pass incident in 1959, when 9 experienced hikers were found dead. The film was released in 2013. On February 4, 2013, it was announced that Harlin would direct The Legend of Hercules, which opened in theaters on January 10, 2014. On May 19, 2014, Harlin was set to direct the action-comedy film Skip Trace, with Jackie Chan set to star along with Seann William Scott and Fan Bingbing. However, on September 3, 2014, it was reported that Johnny Knoxville would fill the role previously thought to be played by Scott. In June 2016, it was announced Harlin will direct Legend of the Ancient Sword at Alibaba Pictures, based on a Chinese role-playing video game. Unproduced films. Harlin's next project after Driven was to be a movie adaptation of the Ray Bradbury short story A Sound of Thunder, but Harlin left the project after a disagreement with Bradbury. Although the director was changed, Harlin was credited as a producer when the finished film was released in 2005. In 2006, Harlin collaborated with Marcus Selin to direct a biopic of the Finnish president and Marshal of Finland Carl Gustaf Emil Mannerheim, but budget constraints put the project on hold. Instead, Harlin made another foray into low-budget horror with The Covenant, which was another moderate commercial success. In 2007, the Mannerheim film project resumed temporarily and Harlin returned to Finland. Production began in 2008 with Mikko Nushirainen starring as Mannerheim. However, 30% of the funding was cut by one of the financiers due to the global economic recession, and the delay meant that the time window for shooting the winter scenes during the spring of 2009 passed. Pre-production finally commenced in 2010, and the project was assigned to Dome Karukoski in August 2011. In 2007, it was announced that Harlin would direct an adaptation of the comic book series Brody's Law. In 2011, it was reported that he was planning a sequel to the Long Kiss Goodnight. Filmography. Films. Short films. Custody. 1980. Under his birth name Lauri Harjola. Television. Kotaus Pika 33. 1981. Under the name Lauri Harjola. T.R.A.X. 2000. Burn Notice. Season 5. Episodes 514 and 518. Season Finale. 2011. And Season 6. Episodes 606 and 610. 2012. White Collar. Season 4. Episode 409. 2012. Covert Affairs. Season 3. Episode 316. Season Finale. 2012. Graceland. Season 1. Episodes 103, 105 and 108. 2013. Official website. Renny Harlin at the Internet Movie Database. Renny Harlin at the TCM Movie Database.